Alright folks, it's Yat Kean here from Trendground. So in this review video, I'm going to give a full review on this guy here, the Xiaomi 13. Now let's start off things with the design. Now firstly, I like the color on the device. It has black, white, and this amazing floral green as well. The green color does show a little bit more significant if you want to be looking a little bit more different other than the classic colors of black and white. Okay, so not bad, nice colorway over here. And also this is also one of the best compact flagship device you can get in 2023 as well. Now this guy here is just only weighed at 189 gram. It has flat profiles on the sides, yep, aluminium, and then at the glass back as well. So it is protected with Corning Gorilla Glass 5. So you can expect that the back cover is going to be long lasting for scratches and also drop impact. Now the camera bump this year, Xiaomi has elected to put a square round corner size onto it, and I think it looks okay. Some people might not like it, some people will like it. For me, I'm neutral. It looks a little bit more different compared to the other rivals that is offering. I know some people were saying this guy's design looks very similar to the iPhone, but if you truly looks and feel along with experiencing it, yeah, you don't really care whether it looks like or not. It has its own signature character onto it in the design part. Now the rest of the phone is pretty much straightforward. You got the power button, volume rocker on the right side, and you have the IR blasters, mics, the antenna bands on the top, and at the bottom the SIM card slot, USB Type-C charging port, and a speaker grill over here. Now this year there's no more any audio collaboration partners being highlighted on the device. So yeah, pretty much that's the design of it. Now let's talk about the performance on this Xiaomi 13. It's being powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 paired along with 12 gigs of RAM, and it has 256 gigabytes of internal storage. I will have to say the specification here is pretty good, whether you're a content creator, a mobile gamer, or just using it for productivity, because it really delivers the performance that you require from a flagship device. So I did some 4K video rendering with it, and it ran exceptionally good, and you can just directly upload the content to YouTube or your social media sites. Not a problem, not an issue, just render on the go and it's ready to upload at any time. And for those who are loving the mobile gaming space, I'm glad to say that the device is capable to run Genshin Impact really smoothly at the highest settings, 60 frames per second, not an issue. Now let's head over to the display and the audio for this device. This Xiaomi 13 actually rocks a Full HD plus 6.36 inches AMOLED display that supports up to 120Hz refresh rate, has Dolby Vision, HDR10+, and peak brightness of up to 1900 nits. So this is it, it's really bright, and I have to bring it back down a little bit so in order not to make the display look overexposed. That is how wonderful it is. And for the scrolling experience on this device, you're definitely going to love it. The silky smooth scrolling experience is great. I think the adaptive refresh rate also helps as well, and it's going to help you in terms of saving battery as well. Okay, so as you can see, it will dynamically adjust the refresh rate. Now let's head over to the speakers. The speakers here is actually rocking a stereo speaker, but this year there's no other brands partnership for the audio experience here. But the audio is still sounding amazing as well. Let me just give you guys watch a YouTube video, and you guys let me know how is the audio experience. For me, it has a very neutral, balanced audio setup, but I do notice it's a little bit pumping more bass. Yeah, so definitely there's a trade-off over there. If you like a little bit more clarity, yeah, you definitely can feel it's like a little bit muffled down, especially when the voice note hits on the speakers. So that's my finding onto it. But overall, the loudness, everything on the audio part is amazing, and the viewing experience is great as well. As we all know that Xiaomi is partnering with Leica for the cameras for their smartphones, we have to talk about the camera on the Xiaomi 13. Definitely, I really love the camera experience over here, but there are some quirkiness into it. You shall listen more in this part. Now, first thing I want to introduce is also the specification for the cameras that is being set up over here. There's a rear triple camera on the back here. Features a 50 megapixel main camera, a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera, and a 10 megapixel 3.2x optical zoom telephoto camera, and on the front a 32 megapixel selfie shooter. Now, for photography, this device nails it. It's really good. I like the option for people to shoot either in Leica Vibrant or Leica Authentic. Now, if you are shooting in Leica Vibrant, you definitely can see the photos will have more HDR and saturation. Meanwhile, if you are shooting in Leica Authentic, definitely photos looks true to what you are seeing with your bare eyes, and lesser HDR being inputted onto the photos. So that is just the difference. Now, coming back, the main camera shoots greatly whether in bright daylight situation or low light conditions. You can always nail the photos quite well. Okay. Oh, by the way, I'm also shooting in the mix of like Leica Vibrant and Leica Authentic over here, so take note on that. Meanwhile, for the ultra wide over here, it does perform quite well, and definitely having the flagship performance on this device here also helps in processing the photos much more nicer, especially with during the low light situation. And not only that, if you think that the photos are getting tougher to shoot, you can always use the night mode over here. It's available for all the cameras, front and rear as well. Now, coming into the telephoto camera, I highly appreciate it because sometimes you really need to zoom in a little bit more, and having that telephoto camera is a superb one. And also, not only that, the telephoto camera also acts well for portrait shots too. Yeah, portrait shots shot with the telephoto camera is stunning, is amazing. You're going to love it as well. All right, but definitely, yep, in low light situation, the telephoto camera will tend to be struggling a little bit. And again, use night mode or a lighting device to assist you in the shots. As for the selfie photos over here, I think they looks pretty good, and you can actually go to like 0.8x to 1x, so you can take a much more slightly wider shot, especially if you want to do group feed shots. It's going to be a helpful one over here with the selfie camera on this Xiaomi 13. Now let's talk about the videography on the Xiaomi 13 over here. Now the setup is a little bit very quirky on the videography settings. Let's start with the front-facing camera first. Okay, the front-facing camera, you can shoot up to 1080p 30 frames per second video only. So I think it's very quirky why it doesn't able to offer 4K video recording on its selfie camera. Now let's turn to the rear cameras. Now, rear cameras, you can shoot up to 8K 24 frames per second only with the main camera. I'm fine with that, but I feel that with the processing power over here, it could shoot up to 8K 30 frames per second. Doesn't know why they want to shoot it up to 24 frames per second. Now, moving along, 4K video part. Also some quirkiness onto here. You cannot switch lens on the go when you're shooting with the 4K video. So if you are going to use your ultra wide camera here, you can only shoot up to 4K 30 frames per second, and you will be using digital zoom. And for the main camera, yes, you can shoot up to 4K 60 frames per second, and you can't switch any lens, and you just play around with the digital zoom. And for the telephoto camera, it doesn't work on 4K videos over here. Now, let's move along to the 1080p video mode. Now this one, you can switch your videos lens when you're shooting in 1080p 30 frames per second. But when you're shooting in 1080p 60 frames per second, you cannot switch lens on the go. So for me, I think this is really the ultimate quirkiness on the videography setup on the Xiaomi 13. Yeah, definitely need to change a little bit up over here. So make sure go and check out the video samples being shot with the Xiaomi 13. Last but not least, we have to talk about the Xiaomi 13 battery performance over here. So it is actually equipping a 4500 milliamp battery over here, and definitely I will have to say it is able to last throughout the day depending on your usage as well. So if you are going to be a heavy user, keep on shooting a lot of photos, videos, or maybe mobile gaming on the go most of the time, yeah, you're going to definitely need to juice up this guy a little bit more frequent in a day. And if you need to juice it up, you don't have to worry because it is supports up to 67 watt fast charging over here, and that's the adapter included as well. And if you need to use wireless charging, it supports up to 50 watt wireless charging and has 10 watt reverse wireless charge capability as well. So overall, battery part here, I think it nails it quite perfectly for a compact smartphone. Alright, so it's time to wrap things up on this Xiaomi 13 review with my final verdict. Now this guy here in Malaysia is cost 3,499 ringgit Malaysia, which I think is priced quite well for a compact flagship smartphone in 2023. Because I know a lot of people, they do not want to have a really huge flagship device, and with Xiaomi offering this size and that price point, I think it's going to suit them a lot over here. However, yeah, there are some quirkiness on the device, especially like the videography and some minor bits. I wish also the battery size could be a little bit bigger, but then it is what it is already on the market. But it still offers a really solid device for day-to-day usage, mobile gaming, avid mobile photographer, even casual videographers as well. And you are not gonna be losing out too much when you purchase one today. So definitely highly recommend for those people who are a content creator user, a productivity user, or maybe the millennials. They don't want to spend too much on a expensive flagship device, this is the answer for you, the Xiaomi 13. Definitely rating, I'll give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. Not bad. Definitely something you should go and check it out. And it's already available in Malaysia. You can go and purchase it right now. So make sure go ahead to the retail stores and go and find out. Okay, so that's all for my review. And special shout out thanks to Xiaomi Malaysia for providing this loan review unit. However, this is not a paid content. Therefore, what I'm saying here is actually based on my 2 weeks of experiencing this device. And there will be like software updates as well, which is going to be make a different experience in the future. So take note on that. And also, because this is not a paid content, therefore there's no creativity input nor final approval is needed. And this video is being uploaded at the same time for the audience and Xiaomi Malaysia themselves to watch it. Okay, and if you like this content, you want to support this channel, please keep on subscribing, watch all the videos, like, drop some comments, share it out, and I'll see you guys on the next one.